Hi, I'm Paulina, and welcome to the My Best Self podcast. I'm so excited to be here. I've been putting this off for over a year now, and it's just been too much. I'm not even going to talk about all the reasons why this has gotten postponed and delayed so much. But you know what? I'm here now, and that's all that matters. My main inspiration for starting this is I want to help people, specifically women, to become their best self, to become the highest version of themselves, because that is a journey that I'm currently on, and I've come a long way in this journey. So I think that it's only right, before I continue to evolve, before I continue to grow, to share everything that I've learned in hopes to help other people do the same, to become a happier version of themselves, to live a more fulfilling life. Because I know this day and age, there's so many distractions, there's so many things that are taking you away from yourself and away from the person that you want to become. Don't mind me holding the mic in my hand right now. I am getting an arm for it. The arm that I had bought for it actually didn't fit, and I didn't want to postpone this any longer, so please be patient with me. Something that I was talking about was actually something that I was talking about actually on my Instagram stories, is sometimes we overwhelm ourselves so much with step number 10, with whatever we need to get done, that we don't even get to do step number 1. And I really think that's something that held me back from starting this podcast. So I'm not going to overwhelm myself. And I recommend you too, if there's something you want to do, stop looking so far ahead. Look at the next step. Don't look 20 steps forward, because you're never going to want to start at that point. You're going to overwhelm yourself way too much. But yeah, today I want to talk about mindset. And mindset is something that I truly think is a defining factor of where you will be in life. Your mindset will take you to where you want to be. It will be your best friend, or it will be your worst enemy. And before really getting into that, I wanted to talk about what I believe is what creates our mindset. So we have our conscious mind that we're operating with 5% of the time. The other 95% of the time, what influences our thoughts, our reactions, our patterns, basically our life, is our subconscious mind. That is where 95% of everything we do comes from. And our subconscious mind is always listening, always. And it's always there with us. Through everything that you've ever been through in your life, your subconscious mind was there and awake. Even while you're sleeping, your subconscious mind stays awake. And this is really powerful to know. And let me tell you why. Because all of your beliefs that you currently have, they're stored in your subconscious mind, and they became beliefs after certain experiences that you went through. So there's 8 billion people in the world right now, right? That means that there's 8 different billion realities happening all at once. And let me explain why. If our subconscious mind, all of our beliefs are determined by our past and what we've experienced in our life, that means that everybody is living in a different life according to their beliefs and according to their experiences. So if we've all had different experiences throughout our lives that have shaped our beliefs and shaped our mindset, that means we are all living in a different reality. So I see the world way different than you see the world because of what I've been through. You see the world differently because you've been through other things that have led you to believe that life is a certain way. So there's something in our mind called the reticular activating system. And all of this I'm going to say is kind of just background knowledge for the things that I have to say later on. So the reticular activating system helps us filter out information. So let me give you an example of this. I remember in high school, anytime I had a crush on a boy, I would randomly see him everywhere. Like, he would suddenly be in every hallway. He would suddenly be everywhere, because the thing is, he was always there, but my mind never really paid attention to him because I was just filtering through the information. But once I paid attention, and once I had him in my mind, he suddenly started being everywhere because now I noticed him. Same thing, you've probably heard this before. If you think of a red car, go out in the street, you're going to see so many red cars, more than you've ever seen, because before that, you were filtering that information out. So there's such a thing as confirmation bias, where what we focus on will be true because we believe it to be true. And what we believe to be true, we will see more of, which will continue to confirm our belief, which is biased because it is only based on our own experience. So you know when people say, oh, if you believe you'll get somewhere, you will. And if you believe you won't, you won't. That's exactly true, because if you truly believe that you can achieve what you want to achieve, that means that you will constantly be looking for opportunities to prove that to yourself and to confirm that bias that you have. And same thing with the opposite. So if you believe you're not good enough, you're constantly going to put yourself in situations and subconsciously and consciously attract situations that don't serve you, where you can continue to confirm that you're not good enough. I think it's easy to say, yes, keep a positive mindset. But when you know this information, this can help you 10 times better to keep that positive mindset, because now you know, okay, I have to focus on changing the negative beliefs so I can have these positive beliefs and my mindset will automatically improve. And now knowing this information, I want to talk about choices and the power of a choice. Every day we wake up and we choose the way we want to see the world. We have the choice to look past our current belief system, to look past what we see right now, maybe negative experiences that we've had, maybe negative experiences we're currently having, and we have the choice to change the way that we see them. And that's exactly why you and I, we could be living the same exact life, but we could experience it so differently. We could have everything the same, let's say, but if my mindset is negative and I'm always finding the bad in things and I'm never fulfilled and I'm never grateful for anything that I have, I'm gonna live in a horrible place. And let's say we both have the same things in life. We both live the same life. Obviously that's not possible, but let's pretend. And let's say you like to find the good in things. Let's say no matter the problem that you're going through, you understand, yes, that's a problem. And yes, I feel a certain way. And yes, I'm going to feel that. I'm going to let myself feel those emotions and I'm not going to push them to the side. But I'm going to understand in the back of my mind that even if I don't understand why this is happening, I know that it's happening for a greater purpose. And one day I will understand. Let's say that's your mindset. You're going to live such a fulfilled life. You're going to be 10 times happier and you're probably going to be way more blessed because you're showing the world, you are showing God, you are showing the universe, whoever you believe in, you are showing that you're grateful. And when you are grateful, you attract more into your life. When you are grateful, blessings pour into you. For me personally, anytime that I'm going through something hard, what gets me through it is thinking the way that I mentioned earlier. Okay, I don't understand why this is happening right now, but I know that it's for a greater purpose. And maybe right now this is uncomfortable, but you know what? I'm gaining experience. Maybe this is hard. This is really hard to go through actually, but this is gonna make me appreciate when life is good 10 times more. There's 100 different ways that you can find a negative situation and flip it into the positive. That's why there's always good in the bad and there's always bad in the good, because the way that you see things determines whether you're looking at the good or whether you're looking at the bad. You know when you don't think of something and it's like it goes away in your reality and then suddenly you think of it and now it's back? It's that same kind of thing, because who's to say that a certain situation is only black and white? Who's to say that something bad happening can't build you up into the best version of yourself? Who's to say that something happening has to be bad? Who's to say that one door closing doesn't mean there's another door coming to open, a better door, a door you were truly meant to go through? That's the way that I see it. You must see it in that way if you want to live a fulfilled life. If you want to find happiness, you must build a strong mindset, a strong mentality. I know a little bit ago, being delusional or whatever was kind of like a trend on social media. I will tell you right now, I am delusional. You would consider me delusional because of the way that I will think of something bad that happened and immediately, instantaneously think, you know what? No, this is good. I will make any negative scenario and turn it and flip it around. But like I said before, yes, you feel your feelings. Don't just automatically. It's not that everything is always going to be good and dandy and positive and light, right? Because there's duality in life. There's the good and there's the bad. But being able to feel whatever it is you need to feel, deal with whatever situation you're dealing with, but still continue to have that outlook of, you know what? Like I said, I don't understand, but I will understand. And it's going to be okay. And reassuring yourself. That is what's going to set you apart. That is what's going to take you so far. You will go as far as you believe that you will go. You will go as far as you allow yourself to go. And I did touch on gratitude a little bit, but I want to kind of come back to it a little bit more. You might have heard me talk about this if you watched one of my videos. I think I only really talked about this once in a video, like really in depth. But I read a book. This was years ago. The book is called The Magic by Rhonda Byrne, and it talks all about gratitude. And I truly think gratitude is a mindset. Gratitude is the mindset that we should all be in. And gratitude will deeply affect your mindset. So this book basically showed me the importance of gratitude. And it's so true, because when we are thankful, when we find a way to find something to be thankful for, to reframe the way that we view things, when we find a way to be thankful, life feels different. It literally feels like magic. Like, have you ever just felt that feeling of gratitude? The feeling of gratitude, I honestly don't, I can't compare it to anything else. It's an amazing feeling. I guess the only thing I can compare it to is love. I think they're both up there in the same kind of feeling. Um, but to be grateful, to find a way to be grateful will change your whole life. And something that I started working on when I was reading this book is I would write every single day what I'm grateful for. And sometimes we take things for granted that we shouldn't. Sometimes we don't even realize how blessed we are. I'm going to tell you a little story. I'm going to tell you guys a little story, a little quick little side story. I was recently in Korea, which was so much fun, such a beautiful place. And so over there, they have a lot of electric cars, especially the Ubers we were riding. So we were in the back of an Uber when I started to feel super motion sick, super nauseous, like horribly. I'm already very prone to motion sickness, but this day, obviously, we're in an electrical car and I was on an empty stomach. So if you've felt it, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, it's the worst type of nausea you could ever. It's horrible. I literally was having a breakdown because this Uber ride was over an hour long, and I'm over there, I'm in the back seat literally crying, bawling my eyes out because I feel horrible and I don't want to throw up. Eventually we get off, we go, we get breakfast. I drink a carbonated drink. I'm starting to feel better and I'm like, wow. That was a horrible feeling, and I'm so happy that that's over with. And I started to think, it's so crazy the amount of systems that are in our body working for us, the amount of organs, the amount of things that we don't even have to think about because they're just there on autopilot doing their job. That's insane. That's a miracle. And I think we sometimes take that for granted. And I know I have. And I don't want to ever take that for granted again, because our health is so vital and our health is so valuable, and sometimes we take things for granted. Like, maybe you're listening to this. If you can listen to this right now with your ears, you're listening, that's a blessing. If you're watching this right now with your eyes, your eyeballs that allow you to see, like, that is such a blessing. And I really do think sometimes we take these things for granted, because maybe we get caught up in wanting this and wanting that and wanting all the luxuries in life. With there's nothing wrong with wanting that, but it's vital to not take the little things, which are actually not little, they're actually huge, and we sometimes overlook them. It's vital to not take them for granted. So I would write every day at least 10 things that I was grateful for. And something else that really, really helps, if you want to change your mindset, if you feel like, yeah, maybe I am a little bit negative, maybe I could work on this, I really recommend thinking of whatever situation you may be going through that's not favorable right now, that you don't see as favorable, that maybe it's a little bit like a hard situation you're going through. I'm currently going through something personal. I'm not going to talk about it because it is very personal, but this is what I've been doing as well with this situation. Thinking about it and finding something to be grateful for in it. Some way, shape, or form. Like, I'm just going to give you a random example. Let's say you're in an argument with your best friend and you've been feeling horrible about it, right? Like, this is just a random example. Anything applies here. If you want to see that situation in a positive mindset, whatever, you can say things like, okay, well, maybe I'm in an argument with this person, but right now I'm building a skill. I'm building the skill of communication. This is helping me because one day I'm going to need these skills of communication, and I'm going to already have this experience. You could say, we're in an argument right now, but we're going to fix it if you wish to do so. Obviously, I don't know. This is a random example. We're going to fix it, and this is going to make our friendship, our relationship, our bond 10 times stronger. Right? So it's all about the way that you look at things, because you could look at it in that way, or you could look at it in a way of, I'm so alone now. I lost the person that means the most to me. I don't know. You could look at it in that way, and you could just start trying to come up with scenarios in your head and overthinking things, because honestly, I do that a lot. So it's really important to think about these situations and think about them in a new light and say, okay, you know what? Yeah, this is happening, but this and that. Finding a way to be thankful for whatever it is that you're going through. And that will really, really, really change your life. And I'm telling you from personal experience, after I read that book and after I started implementing that and just practicing so much more gratitude, it will open up so many doors for you. It will change your entire life. And I'm not even kidding, because that's what we want, right? Like, the reason you want all the things that you want to reach the goals that you have, is because you want to feel that feeling that comes along with it. And you know what that feeling is? That feeling is gratitude. So if you're already feeling that, those things are going to come to you 10 times faster. Your life is going to change 10 times faster. And you're just going to enjoy life overall way more. I promise you. And I literally live, die, breathe by this, because I'm telling you, it has truly changed my life. And that's why I wanted to start this podcast with this topic. Yeah, guys, I think that is going to be all for today's episode. I'm not sure how long this came out to be. I really hope that it helped. I really, really hope that you learned something from this, that you took something away from this that is good and positive. I really appreciate you. If you're still listening right now, oh my goodness, I'm so thankful, so grateful for you being here. Yeah, I'm not sure where this is going to be on. If you're on YouTube, make sure to subscribe. If you're on Spotify, give me a follow if you want. Please, I would really appreciate it. Yeah, wherever you're at, I would really appreciate any of your support. And yeah, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And I will see you next week.